Good afternoon. It's October 20th, and this is the meeting of the Council on Aging. And we have to update a few things before we get started, which is we follow the open meeting law, which all of us here are very aware of. And this meeting is recorded. By law, it has to be. And I think everybody is in attendance. Yeah. So we are all set with that. So the first thing I'd like to do is we have August and September minutes that need to be approved. And I sent them out, but you also have them in front of you. So if there is no issue, can I have a motion for August?
I move that we accept both the August and September
Okay,
as distributed, as read.
okay,
Second.
in a second. Okay, Marilyn, so made the motion and Mary seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, now we are at announcements. And I have a couple of announcements, today. One of them is that, coming up on October 28th is a special town meeting. And one of the articles is, the Shaker Lane School and funding for Shaker Lane School. And I think everybody should attend the meeting and make the decision for themselves, whether it's yes or no, what they want to do. But there's been an awful lot in the paper, the online paper. There's been sheets handed out, there's things downstairs. So I think everybody's had an opportunity to hear somewhere about the school article. Also, if you have not heard anything, you can go to yesforlittleton.org website and all the information of the yes, what the yes vote does, what the no vote does. So you can make a decision for yourself. On November 1st, you also will have to go to vote at the middle school in Littleton. Because without both votes, nothing happens. You have to go both places. The Council on Aging is gonna supply a van to bring people to town meeting. I don't know about November 1st. Are you gonna have a van for November 1st, Liz, or not?
I do not have one scheduled, but we have requested it, of course.
Okay, also available through the town clerk, there will be, I think, 25 senior parking spaces right in the front of the middle school. So if you don't want to come because you're afraid you won't find parking, there will be 25 places there to park
And that will be reserved for both
for seniors or
town meeting and for voting on Saturday,
I don't know about voting on Saturday
but that's for town meeting.
to make sure that everybody that can come to town meeting will be there. Yeah, there's Anita's part. Right. And we don't need to bring that one up.
Absentee ballots will be available at the town.
I think they're available now. So, yeah,
For the voting.
yes,
For
yeah,
the Saturday.
for the
not
Saturday
town.
one, yes, but you do have to go to town meeting for the vote, the first vote. So it's important that you do both. And I also wanted to bring up the fact that my craft class has been making blankets. And we have decided that we want to donate them to Deb's Beds. And we have a member of the Rotary and also Deb Osterman coming tomorrow to my craft class so that we can donate the blankets. We will be giving them 12 blankets at the moment. And the other ones we are going to take to the Christmas Bazaar because we're having a tread table and trying to make money and sell there. And if we aren't successful enough to sell all the blankets, we will then give them to Deb's Beds as well. The crafters have really put a lot of effort into making them. Some of them had never made one before. they all did a great job, and I just think it's important that they're acknowledged for what they. I think I'm okay.
It's going to.
Does anybody else have announcements?
Only there are two little food pantries that need some filling. One in front of Baptist Church and one in front of the courtyard out here. And they definitely need to be filled again. If things, they get empty rapidly.
I just wanted to remind everyone that tomorrow there is another flu and COVID clinic that is going on at the Men's.
What time is that?
The afternoon.
I have a 4 o'clock appointment, so if that helps any with the times going on, it's wonderful. Okay,
So it's probably,
probably 3 to 6 or 3 to 7.
something, yes, it's on the website. Sign up. It's relatively easy, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's relatively easy. I think that's at the middle school.
Yes.
Yes. Tomorrow.
Does anybody else have any announcements to make? Okay, going on. I don't see any friends here, so I don't think we have a friends report. I missed the meeting, but I think Amy was there. And there wasn't a whole lot that went on. Ann Lee told me afterwards that not a lot had happened. But they are gonna do turkey bingo though, which is a big fundraiser, and so we can look forward to that. I think there's bulletins out already.
Yeah.
On different doors and stuff around town, so. Okay, Liz, you're up.
Alrighty. I don't know why, but it keeps focusing in on Amy and Rob over there. I don't know why.
That's what I was playing with the camera for.
There you are.
The owl has decided you're the most photogenic in the room. All right, I'm gonna pull up my stats as usual. Technology is not being my friend today. Thank you for bearing with me. Here we go. Okay. Another month for the record books here. Wow, our highest yet.
Oh,
And I've said that again and again. Trying to see if that. 2,441 event sign-ins in the month of September. Compared to last fiscal year, September, 1,071 sign-ins.
look at that unduplicated. Outreach, undo interactions there, it's up to 900 in September. It's crazy.
Transportation, which we have noticed is kind of stagnant for a while, has also jumped up a little bit. Excited to see where that is headed, but did some quick math that I'm starting to work on the budget for next year, and over the past 3 months, July, August, September, if we average it out, it's about a 147% increase over last fiscal year for event sign-ins, and it's just about 1,300 additional sign-ins over last year with the new building.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's incredible.
that is,
And you're doing it all understaffed. This is crazy. This is crazy. Oh my heavens.
So they weren't understaffed until building.
No, I know.
yeah.
And I know, but now that is, I mean, you said. When they asked if you wanted money and you said not now because I don't know what our need is going to be. Now we know what the need is.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was planning for a 30 to 40% increase month over month.
And now we got 147.
I did not expect it to be so significant, but here we are. And I'll jump down my list since we're speaking about staffing. I feel incredibly supported in my request for additional staffing here. Last year at the budget roundtable with FinCom and select board, put it out there that we will definitely have this need. We know it's coming. I don't know exactly what area our need is gonna be in until we're in it. And everyone's very supportive of, assisting me mid-year if needed. So, after living in this building for, was it 5 months? May, June, July, since May, it's definitely the first thing that's absolutely needed is a full-time office manager to help us with the logistics of everything that occurs here. And help with the additional revenue and accounts payable and everything that is just tripled in workload. So put together a job description for a full-time office manager, submitted that to HR for review and for grading. That goes next to the personnel action committee, I believe it's called.
Yes,
Is that
I'm
correct?
hoping that we're gonna see it next Wednesday.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
So it's in HR's hands. I have met with Steve Venuti from FinCom and Karen Morrison from Select Board. Showed them all the numbers, told them the justification, why I think I need what I need. The question is, am I, or are we adding a full-time position to what we have? Or are we taking a part-time position that we already have, an admin assistant, and turning it into a full-time position? I think the move to make is to add the full-time position and
You
hang
keep
on
your admin. You
and
keep-
yeah, exactly, hang on to the 19 Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So there was quite a bit of discussion around that strategically, what am I more likely to be successful with getting through FinCom and select board in a very tight budget season, but I feel that we have pretty strong ask here. So that would be a mid-year appropriation that would carry into this next FY 27 budget that I'm creating, so it would be. We're told to do level service, not level funded, so this new position would be carried over into the FY 27 as an existing position that wouldn't be considered a new ask. So that is all great, so just waiting to hear on the grading of this position. And then I make the formal request at a joint FinCom select board meeting. So that's where this is standing. I'm talking with all the different parties involved in making this happen. It looks like it's probably gonna be January
Before you get someone or before it's decided upon?
before there's a body in the door.
Oh, okay. I don't want it to be January before they decide upon it. It's like-
No, I think. I feel confident that we have the support we need here, with all the different parties involved.
And that would keep the admin out for the 19 hours
Yes.
as well.
Yeah, and down the road, we can have the ability to change that into something else if needed. 19.5 cook, 19.5 hour. I don't know, nutrition person. I don't wanna lose that though, once it's off the books. Right.
No, because if you lose it, it doesn't come back.
So feeling pretty good about that. Next on my list is, just to mention about Mark Connects. I don't think I talked about this at our last, meeting. But Mark Connects was a 2 to 3 year grant program put out by the Montechusett Regional Transport Authority. It's in the newsletter, it had its own box, and it did, transportation through taxis. That went till 10 PM and on the weekends, so it was a great additional service. The grant funding has run out, now it's ending mid-November. So between myself and the town planner, we've made a request to Montechusett Regional Transport Authority to get some of the data about what the ridership actually looked like, where were rides originating from, that were there destinations that occurred again and again and again. Was it mainly Littleton residents or was it a stop along the way? Mark did indicate that many folks were using this service, so Mark Connects, you could go 20 miles from Littleton. So if they originated in another town and got to Littleton, they could do a 20, so the grant was in multiple towns. So you could do 20 miles to Littleton and then 20 miles from Littleton. So it wasn't necessarily Littleton residents, but kind of stuff
Mm.
on the way through. So they're pulling the data and we're gonna see what we need to do about transportation and filling the gap. We do have the ability to expand if we need. So we have additional vans, we have drivers, we might have some additional time, and we always have room to add another driver if needed. Again, Mark pays 100% of the driver's salaries. So that is not an additional cost that comes out of our budget. That's state and federal funds. So that's Smart Connects. That was a great grant program while it lasted. I think people utilized it for the evenings and the weekends a lot, but we'll see. Next on my list, I just wanted to put it out there for anyone listening, the senior tax work-off program timesheets for your first round of hours are due by November 28th. There's 2 timesheets every year. The first one is due for November to hit your Q3 taxes. And then we collect again at the end of February, quarter 4 tax. That's November 28th. So I believe that is Friday before the end. The 30th is on the weekend. So if you get it to me by Friday. That'd be fantastic. And that's all I have for my report right now. I am going to the Massachusetts Council on Aging annual conference this week on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's down in Felden. And Officer Ibu and I are presenting a workshop on collaborations between police departments and councils on aging and best practices to make the community safer.
That's really nice.
We have about 40 people signed up for our workshop.
Great.
Not nerve-wracking at all.
Officer will make it.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
I'll take care of it.
How do you spell his name, Les?
ABU,
I thought something there.
that's all I have. I'm sure Amy has some for the assistant director's report. Oh,
Yeah, so we actually did bring on another driver, Fernando. He had started today. It's his first day. He's shadowing with Neil right now. So we're happy to have him. So he'll be a backup for Mondays, and can do some additional rides if we start filling up, with our transportation with no longer having Mark Connects as an option. We also are in open enrollment. It started last week and Alicia has been very busy. So, she's already booking into later in November for her appointments regarding Medicare open enrollment. Her presentation was a success. She had a lot of people come. She had her planner with her and was able to sign people up for appointments right then and there. So that worked out really well. We are also in that fuel assistance timeframe, so people can contact myself or Alicia to apply for fuel assistance. This is through SMOC. There is the Good Neighbor Energy Fund, which is also, we've received the feedback that they're open for applications as well. So that's an option for people that don't necessarily fall within the SMOC guidelines financially. So we can apply for that program as well. So if anybody can contact myself or Alicia for those types of appointments. The grant program is almost concluded. Sadly, we did not get approved for additional funding. So that program, once we spend all of the money this time around, that would be the end of it for now. We have 2 applications that I'll be bringing to the Affordable Housing Trust this week. And then there's about $2,000 remaining for somebody with another project. But it won't be for the full 7,500 since the money's already been spent. And that's all I have planned up.
I move that we accept the directors and the outreach coordinator reports as.
Can I have a second? Second. All those in favor? Aye. Okay, board member updates.
I have a little.
Don't everybody speak at once.
I have a little from the Minuteman.
Okay.
The shift to ECAP is gonna be shifted into home care. It's a significant that's new individuals will go on the home care program, but will not get the services that they're entitled to. There's a lot of grants are being reduced substantially. They're not getting the total grant money from each one. They might need to Minuteman may need to analyze how best to support the most vulnerable with the limited resources that they have. Home delivered meals are federally funded. They will have to scale back on the senior diner program. Unfunded mandates result in financial losses to support the operation. Like Massachusetts is an aging state and fewer people are eligible for mass health. What programs are the most important? How do we keep them? The value of the program, contract realignment to ensure adequacy. That's pretty much what the last meeting was. The next meeting is next. So
Doesn't sound good.
it doesn't sound good at all. It's a very depressing city.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes. Does anybody else? Okay, affordable housing trust, there you go. You knew, I knew that was coming. Yeah, I'll be very brief. The two main projects, the Jerky Farmhouse and Tehadawon, continue to keep moving. We had a site walk at Tehadawon, and there was a zoning board of appeals meeting over the fact that the building is a duplex building. That was the issue, so it had to go to zoning board of appeals. And the Affordable Housing Trust is also looking for other properties in town that could be used as possible development of affordable housing, but that's, you know, out there, the big cloud. And that's it for Affordable Housing Trust. Okay. And then I have one more thing to add, which is not any of those. For the last, I don't know what it is now, 2 years, year and a half, it's longer than that, been doing the emailing to people to line up helpers for events.
Yes.
And I'm giving up that job.
Okay. Understandable.
I'm
I'll do
giving
it.
that job up. Okay,
I'll turn around and take that project.
you'll take it on.
All right, take it on.
All right, and whoever.
So their names in a hat, oh
Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that we have people who stepped up. It's not a hard job. I
No,
mean, I've
it's
done
not.
it too, but it's an important job
It is.
to make sure, you know, all of you people are where you're supposed to be at time, you know, so.
But I used to do it to line up 30 and 40 people for things.
There you go, Marilyn.
Yeah,
Okay, so between the two of you,
okay.
you decide, yes, who wants to do it,
Okay.
and then just let us know.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah, we can do that.
Well, so at our next meeting, we'll know.
Yes.
Okay, so that's
So
cool.
if there's anything before then.
Sue has to do it, no?
That will be.
Not gonna let her off.
Well, I'm not here the whole month of November, so. So it really doesn't matter to her.
Yeah, sounds like.
Yeah, we'll all work out.
It will.
The only thing I had under that is, the tread committee is going to have a tread table at the Christmas bazaar like we did last year.
Yes, everybody.
And we will be asking members of the board to sign up for different times to work. I don't have
Share
that,
the shirts and.
and share shirts, yeah.
Yes.
I don't have that schedule in place yet. We're hoping to do, raffles, suet feeders, blankets, and anything else that people want to give me for the table. And anybody out there who wants to make a donation to Tread would be more than welcome to accept now or that day. I've already booked the tables, so we're all set with that. So it's just a matter of me putting all the other stuff together. Sure. And Tread is funded only by donations. Only by donations, yeah. So, and it's the first Saturday in December. always the first Saturday of December. So more will come next month. I'll have all the schedules that I need for next month.
I'm back by.
And we're giving you the biggest job in the back.
Yeah, there you go.
I know.
It was enjoyable last year.
Yes, it was fun.
It was fun. Yeah, it was fun. We had a good time.
We did.
Yeah, the little good times. Mhm.
And we need money.
Yeah, we made almost $600 last year. So, you know, every little bit helps.
Yes.
So, my husband is donating the bird sewer feeders. He made a bunch of them, so.
Does he have any more of those cute little cars?
No, those weren't his, but no, we don't have any more of those.
Okay. Children like.
Yeah, they did. Well, we have a dinner at 4 o'clock downstairs, spaghetti dinner. And a couple board members are going to serve. So I don't have anything else on this agenda.
If I can mention something,
You can mention, oh, I forgot public input too.
well, it's
Yeah,
just,
no, go ahead.
keep you updated with the charter committee, which is studying.
Oh, yes.
Local
Yes, yes,
government.
yes.
Been doing it since the end of March. We've brought in every single elected board to get their viewpoints on. And many different aspects of the government, you know, should boards be appointed, should they all be elected, should they stay that way? What authority do we give the town administrator, do we change that name to a town manager? We had our first open forum just last week,
Mhm.
it was pretty well attended. But it's going on, it's time consuming, it's twice a month the meetings are, and twice a month, Betsy and I have Zoom meetings with Mass Boston. But it's gonna be interesting when it comes back and what it might reflect the changes for to different committees. This committee's not gonna have any changes that I can see coming up, because it's already your report to work directly. That's what we're looking to do, we're looking to make everything consistent, so if everyone functions the same way, if you're elected the board, you're gonna be reporting to the same person, that type of thing. Right now, been in town government all this time, that one committee does this, one committee does that,
Right.
this committee appoints, this committee does that.
Mhm.
Some report to the town administrators, some report only to the committee, so don't try to get that, make that consistent, so. I predict, and we're trying to have it ready for next town meeting, I doubt that's gonna happen, I think it's next fall by the time. But if that gets approved, it goes to the ruling and advisory board, it goes to the select board, they can make their changes. Then it goes to town meeting. And then it goes to town meeting and passes, and even town meeting aspects can be changed and taken up, but then it goes to state legislature, but when you make a town charter, that's your town government, how it runs, you still have bylaws or whatever, but it's gonna be effective, like some people have made the comment, well, the state law says we function this way, this town charter can actually change how stuff that's happened, so.
I listened to the meeting on the TV afterwards because I was not able to be there. And it was a good reporting. I thought it was a lot of good information so far.
So when it gets ready to go to fall town meeting, does it have to then pass a ballot vote to, or just,
I think it's, right now, I think it's just town meeting, then state legislature.
so there's no town ballot voting approved that?
I'll check the legislature.
It's a two thing, edge thing.
Right now, I believe it's
Just town meeting approval.
Thank you, that's good, good news.
and we did have the town manager from Broadman, used to be a little, one guy that. His information is outstanding.
Does he have a charter?
Oh, yeah,
He does.
he was by a child, and that's why he was there,
Okay.
he's really into it. Great to get it there.
Are there a lot of towns around here that are chartered?
Small. I know he doesn't know Brett does. Howard does not. A lot of them look up just like we are by bylaws.
Yeah.
Oh, when is the next meeting for,
27th.
27th?
That's not for this one.
A day before town meeting.
Yes, it is. That's why we did. So we could get that done and concentrate down.
And will it be Zoom?
That's smart as well. That is possible.
Thank you.
Yeah, public input. Rob, do you have anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, briefly, Rob Rounds. I appreciate everything you said about town meeting. I just want to, I think there's gonna be a pretty big exodus out of town meeting after the Shaker Lane vote takes place.
It always is.
Always is.
But I want
Always
to
is.
remind everybody here that I think you already know, there's an important article pertaining to the senior tax deferral program being
Right.
updated, so please stick around for that. Please come to the microphone should you be moved to support that article. I suspect that that's gonna pass rather easily, but I still think every opportunity we have to impress upon those that aren't familiar with the item, that it's a worthwhile opportunity to plug the program, et cetera. Plugging the program very briefly about Shaker Lane. I've probably spent 6 months really digging in extremely deeply, being extremely involved with the data that you reference that's available in various locations. I was prompted to do that, quite frankly, because of a number of seniors that I heard and other voices that I heard speak at previous town meetings talking about the high taxes and the burden that it places on seniors. My conclusion and what I'm speaking, I've probably been to easily more than 100 houses going door to door in the last month, maybe approaching 200, is that the Shaker Lane program, here, I'll do it with you. Anybody remember where they were when JFK was assassinated?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Well,
do.
Shaker Lane was built and being used before JFK was assassinated, and think about how the world and how education has changed. From a cost standpoint, that I think is very, very critical to seniors, I'm beyond convinced that the professionals have it correct. The building is going to fail in the next 7 to 10 years. Should we not pass this, we're gonna spend, if we spend $2.7 million in repairs, we're gonna be forced to spend $50 million to repair the old building. And then we're still gonna spend another 50 million plus on a new building. So from a senior standpoint, spend it once, not because we want to, but because we have to. So that's my plug. I'd be happy to speak with anybody and everybody, should there be any questions, to try to understand it and make no mistake. I've met with and discussed a good handful of people who are very opposed to it out of the basis of the tax burden that's too high. And it's efforts like the senior tax deferral, the senior tax work program that I try to emphasize. So appreciate the time and the opportunity to speak. I encourage, if any of you are moved to speak, I think you respect members in the community, and therefore your leadership will be noted should you care to speak during the debate. So thank you.
Thank you. And is there anyone else who has anything they'd like to say?
I just want to add, what Rob said, the committee's done a tremendous job with so many meetings, and no matter what you do, people.
Yeah.
Don't go to meetings, don't get the information. I had a contractor come to my house and do a conversation to bring that up, and the point he made to me was, because now the water department, the sewer department's gonna have to have the sewer line go all the way from the common all the way to Shaker Lane, which is completely false.
Yeah.
So this is the type of thing that just throws people off, and it's just not necessary. So hats off to all the work you're doing, because they've done a tremendous job. There's still people out there that
Yeah.
don't listen.
One of the things that my husband said when he was asked by 3 seniors what he was gonna do. He said, you know, when my kids were in school, there were seniors who were there that paid the taxes that helped my kids go to school and get the benefits. He said, and now I'm a senior, but it's my turn. And that's how he looked at it, that it's his turn to pay back. I wasn't sure how I was gonna vote, but that changed my mind. And I realized that's true.
Imagine that.
How many seniors helped our kids get through school? And now it's someone else's turn. So if there's no other business, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move that we
I
adjourn.
wonder why you said that, Marilyn.
She's out the door.
Can I have a second before Marilyn leaves? Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
No.